Please subscribe my YouTube channel and support me for more video. Today's topic is backhand index pointing right. He hears you, Jesus Christ motivation message. He hears you is a message of hope, connection, and quiet assurance. It means that even when no one else is listening, even when your voice feels unheard, your prayers and your thoughts are not lost. The teachings of Jesus Christ remind us that you don't need perfect words or loud expressions. What comes from your heart is enough. You may feel ignored. You may feel like no one understands. You may feel like your prayers are going unanswered. But listen carefully. Backhand index pointing right. Nothing you feel is unnoticed. My dear friends, sometimes the hardest moments are when you speak, but hear no reply. Silence can make you doubt. Silence can make you question everything. But silence does not mean absence. Backhand index pointing right. It means something is still happening. He hears you at a deeper level means your voice matters. Every prayer you make. Every tear you hide. Every struggle you face. Backhand index pointing right. It is all known. And this changes your mindset. You stop feeling invisible. You stop thinking your efforts are meaningless. Instead, backhand index pointing right. You feel connected. You continue speaking honestly. You continue expressing your heart. You continue trusting the process. And this is powerful. Because now, backhand index pointing right. You are not speaking into emptiness. You are being heard, even in silence. At the same time, the message of Jesus Christ reminds you that answers don't always come instantly. Backhand index pointing right. But they come at the right time. So don't stop. Don't lose faith. Keep expressing your heart. Because when you truly understand, He hears you. You don't feel ignored or alone. You feel understood, supported, and connected, moving forward with patience and trust, knowing that your voice matters and your prayers are never wasted. Backhand index pointing right. He hears you, Jesus Christ motivation message, Part 2. As you go deeper into this message, you begin to understand something even more powerful. He hears you is not just about being heard, it is about being understood. The teachings of Jesus Christ remind us that even when you cannot explain everything clearly, your heart is still fully known. You may struggle to find the right words. You may not know how to express your pain. But still, backhand index pointing right. You are understood. My dear friends, sometimes the deepest feelings are the hardest to say. The pain you hide. The thoughts you keep inside. Backhand index pointing right. They don't need perfect expression. Because what matters is not how well you speak. Backhand index pointing right. But how real you are. He hears you at this stage means nothing inside you is unseen. Your struggles are known. Your efforts are recognized. Your intentions are clear. And this gives you comfort. You don't feel the need to pretend. You don't feel the pressure to explain everything. Backhand index pointing right. You can be real. Even in silence. Backhand index pointing right. You are still connected. And this is powerful. Because now, backhand index pointing right. You stop feeling misunderstood. You begin to feel accepted as you are. You begin to trust that your journey has meaning. At the same time, the message of Jesus Christ reminds you that true connection goes beyond words. Backhand index pointing right. Your heart speaks even when your voice is quiet. So don't hold back. Don't hide your feelings. Be honest with yourself. Because when you truly understand, He hears you. You don't struggle to be understood by the world. You find peace in knowing that even your unspoken thoughts are known, allowing you to move forward with honesty, trust, and inner calm. Backhand index pointing right. He hears you, Jesus Christ motivation message, Part 3. As you continue, you uncover something even deeper. He hears you is not just about understanding, it is about response, even when it's not immediate. The teachings of Jesus Christ remind us that just because you don't see an answer right away, it doesn't mean nothing is happening. You may be waiting. You may be hoping for change. But nothing seems to move. And in that silence, backhand index pointing right, doubt begins to grow. My dear friends, this is where patience becomes important. You expect quick answers. You look for immediate results. But sometimes, backhand index pointing right, the answer is still being prepared. He hears you at this stage means your prayers are not ignored. They are being worked on. They are unfolding in the right time. They are aligning with what is best for you. And this requires trust. You don't stop believing because of delay. You don't lose faith because of silence. Backhand index pointing right, you stay patient. And this is powerful. Because now, backhand index pointing right, you are not controlled by impatience. You remain calm. You remain hopeful. You remain steady in your journey. Even when you don't see results. Backhand index pointing right, you continue. At the same time, the message of Jesus Christ reminds you that timing matters. Backhand index pointing right, what comes at the right time brings the right impact. So keep going. Stay patient. Trust the process. Because when you truly understand, He hears you. You don't lose faith in waiting. You grow stronger in patience, moving forward with trust, knowing that even in silence, things are being prepared for you in the right way and at the right time. Backhand index pointing right, He hears you, Jesus Christ Motivation Message, Part 4. As you move deeper into this message, you discover something even more powerful. He hears you becomes transformation from within. The teachings of Jesus Christ remind us that sometimes the answer is not just a change in your situation, it is a change in you. You may be asking for things to improve. You may be hoping for problems to disappear. But now, backhand index pointing right, you begin to grow stronger instead. My dear friends, this is where real change happens. Instead of everything around you changing instantly, backhand index pointing right, you start changing from the inside. He hears you at this stage means your mindset evolves. You become more patient. You become more focused. You become more resilient. And this is powerful. Because now, backhand index pointing right, you are not the same person anymore. You don't react the same way. You don't get overwhelmed easily. Backhand index pointing right, you stay in control. Even when situations are not perfect. Backhand index pointing right, you handle them better. At the same time, the message of Jesus Christ reminds you that inner growth leads to outer change. Backhand index pointing right, when you become stronger inside, your life begins to reflect it. So keep moving forward. Stay strong. Stay focused. Because when you truly live, He hears you. You don't wait only for life to change. You grow into a stronger, wiser, and more stable person, ready to handle challenges and move forward with confidence, no matter what comes your way.